everyone, my name is Colleen Webster with Absolutely Fit, and I'm here to bring you a video for those of you who are pre-diabetic or who have already been diagnosed with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. So why do you want to do exercise? Well, first of all, you want to get clearance from your doctor to make sure that you're able to do an exercise routine, or if there's anything that you should be limiting yourself or being aware of. Also, you want to keep hydrated, so before, during, and after your workouts, making sure that you're drinking plenty of water, especially if it's hot where you live or you're working out outside. And exercise has so many different benefits. Number one, it increases insulin sensitivity, which helps reduce blood sugar levels, really important. And it's also been shown over time that it reduces A1C levels, also really good. Other benefits of exercise: it helps with weight management, stress management, lower stress levels. It increases energy levels. You get those endorphins pumping, you're feeling good after your workout. It also helps promote emotional well-being, and who doesn't want that? So, also want to include flexibility training to each one of your workouts. So stretching, yoga, anything like that is going to be really important. And you always want to start off slow. So don't dive right in because you're excited for the exercise routine. You want to start up with some cardiovascular work. Think light aerobic activity 2 to 4 times a week. So starting off with like swimming is great in the summertime, or if you have an indoor pool, or a brisk walk, and then you build up the level of intensity, so going into jogging and then running over weeks at a time. And then, once you've done that for a little bit, you can add in strength training, which we're going to do today. But again, you always want to start off slow and build up to there. So today we're only going to do 2 sets of 3 exercises, and once you've done this a few times, you can add in a 3rd set or go to free weights or any other kind of weights that do not include body weight or still include body weight. So plenty of options for you. So today, as you can see, I'm in an airport, at Miami Airport, on my way to Costa Rica, and I just want to film a video for you guys so that you're ready to get started. So, if you have a chair handy, I do, because I'm in the airport, so you can use that. So we're going to do 3 exercises, but we're first going to start with a warm-up. It's always important to loosen up those muscles and get the blood flowing so you don't hurt yourself or stretch yourself too much. Okay, ready to go? So go ahead and stand up. We're going to start with some hip circles. So you can hold on to your waist here or hands to your side. We're just going to bring that knee up and around, opening it, and then closing the gaze. So we're just going to stay with that one side. It's really good because those hip flexor muscles get really tight the more that we sit. It just helps lubricate those joints so you're ready for your workout. Make sure you're breathing as you go. And of course, because I'm in an airport, there are people around, so bear with me if someone goes by the screen. You can at least see me still. Nice big semicircles, think like a rainbow, up and around, open and close. And then let's go ahead and switch sides. And you might notice that you're better balanced on one side than the other. That's okay too. I'm still recovering from a broken foot, so I'm actually surprised I'm even balancing on this side because this is the foot I broke. So we're in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathing is just as much as a part of exercise as the form itself. You might hear some popping or feel that popping in the hips, that's okay too. Let's do one more each. Deep breath. Good, I want to do some arm circles. Big circles out to your side. Get the shoulders and arms, back and chest warmed up. Remember to breathe. Bigger circles, there we go, and reverse. Standing up tall, tuck your belly button into your rib. That's going to help engage your core muscles. Those are your stabilizer muscles right there, your rectus and transverse abdominis muscles. Anytime an exercise feels a little difficult, engage your core. Think about if I was to come over and punch you in the belly, we would tighten those muscles up. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's engage the core muscles. Okay, are you ready and warmed up? Let's just march in place for a little bit. Just to get the body warmed up a little bit more and the heart pumping, blood flowing. And then we'll start with our 3 exercises. 2 sets for today. And maybe after a week of doing this one or 2 weeks, you can add in that 3rd set. Nice deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Shoulders back, chest lifted. All right, so if you have a seat, go ahead and sit on it. We're gonna do ab work first. So you want to sit kind of at the edge of that seat and then grab onto the sides or the front of that chair. Lean back without sitting back into the chair. abs in tight, so you're feeling it right there. Those are your six-pack ab muscles. And then you're just gonna do knee tucks. So you're gonna tuck your knees into your belly, whoop, without losing that balance, and then just lightly touch your toes to the ground. Exhale, squeeze the belly in. Inhale down. Try not to use those hands too much. They're just there to support you. And make sure that back's not rounding. You don't want to feel anything in your lower back. So leaning back, help engage those abs a little bit more. Exhale up. Inhale, your nose down. Squeeze that belly button in. Let's do two more. We're going to squeeze a little bit more. Good. All right. Go ahead and stand back up. We're going to do standing side leg lifts. So you want a little bit of room to your side, hands on your hips, leg nice and straight, slight bend in that supporting leg, and flex that toe up to your knee. You're just going to lift up and squeeze, doing that outer thigh work. It's also going to help you work on your balance, which is really important, because with diabetes, sometimes we lose the feeling in our feet, right? So it's good to work on that balance, no matter what stage you're in. If you're just diagnosed, pre-diabetic, we're trying to reverse it if you're type 2. So squeezing the booty, squeezing the outside of that leg, squeezing that core. Exhale up, inhale down, and let's go ahead and switch sides. So scoot on over to the other side, and lift that toe up. Try not to regress your leg on something else if you need to. If your balance isn't good, you can always hold onto a wall. Just don't lean into it, right? You want to stand nice and tall. Exhale up, inhale down. And the good thing about balance is if you don't have it now, the more you work on it, the better it'll get. So right now I'm a little bit wobbly on this foot. This is what I broke. So which means I gotta work on it more. Exhale, squeeze, inhale, release. Tighten that core if it's finding it hard to be balanced. Remember, stabilize your muscle here. Keep flexing those toes up to the knee. Try not to land it quickly. You want to try to use that balance and that squeeze. Land it softly. Let's do one more. All right, everyone's favorite workout. Just kidding. Push-ups. Gotta do them. So options, if you're on a wall, you're gonna have that body one nice and straight line. So I'm gonna do on the chair. Your option is always to drop to your knees to make it a little less difficult. Shoulders out of your ears, wrists under your shoulders. So in that nice alignment. And you don't want your butt back or your hips sagging. Dig your toes into the ground to help stabilize your hips so you're not swaying. I'm just gonna, I'll do this version first and then I'll switch to the on the toes version. Looking your foot in front of your fingertips. Elbows bend at a 45-degree angle. Make sure they're not directly out from your shoulders. Inhale down, exhale up. And this is the last exercise of this first set. We're gonna try to get that chest to elbow height or a little bit lower if you can. If this feels too easy, what do? You go onto your toes. Keep your feet together, and let's try this way. Nice straight line. It's a little more difficult than on your knees. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's try to do a couple more. Last one, get as low as you can, and come back up. All right, first set's done. Shake it out. Grab a sip of water. Remember we said we're going to stay hydrated. So grab a sip of water. Let's keep those muscles going. These muscles are mainly made up of water. So if you're not hydrated, not good, right? All right, let's do our second set. So back to your chair with our knee hugs. And if that was too easy, here's your option. So when you grab the side of your bench or the front of your chair, finger the edge of it, lean back, and then we're gonna do a knee hug with an extension. So tuck it in, extend your legs out, tuck it back in, tap the toes. A little bit more difficult, right? Try to death grip that chair, using the core to help stabilize you, rather than holding on too tightly with your hands. So looking straight ahead, belly button back into the ribs, really squeeze it as you go. And this chair's at a little bit of angle, so I can feel my back rounding a little bit, which is not good. So I'm gonna have a nice flat chair, so I can really isolate those ab muscles. If this is too hard, go back to the bigger knee tucks. Always options to level up and level down the workout. We're only doing 2 sets, so this is your last time through. I think we get one more in us. Squeeze the belly and release. Okay. Standing side leg lift. Stand up. Hands on your hips. And if you want this to be a little more difficult, let's add a little pulse in there. So you're gonna lift, pulse, pulse, and drop down. So just building that tension a little bit more. Your toes up to the knee. Trying to hold that balance at the top. Abs in tight, shoulders back. So when you increase the level of intensity, you might not be able to do as many reps, and that's okay. You can already feel that burn. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And then I'm gonna shimmy over here, so we can do the other side. Sitting up tall. Slight bend that supporting leg. Foot flex on the other one, toe up, leg straight, so make sure to bend that knee. And then pulse, pulse. See, I'm a little wobbly on this side, that's okay. If this is too difficult, again, drop out the pulse, do what we did in the first set.
Is there another flight out of
Breathe. Exhale and inhale. Definitely finding this side a little more difficult. We're not always symmetrical creatures, so you might have a little more balance on one side or the other. If you have an injury that you're recovering from, that's okay too, to know that you're not going to be as good on that side. You will get better the more consistent you are. 2 more. Exhale, squeeze the core and tight for balance. Last one. All right, push-ups. So option to stay on your knees. Okay, we're going to try to do all these on our toes for the second set. You guys with me? Feet together, heels lifted. Dip your toes in the ground, shoulders out of your ears. Wrist right underneath your shoulders. Make sure they're not over here or down here. That's going to put all that pressure on your shoulders. I'm going to keep it in the pecs. So looking in front of your fingertips about a foot. Body straight, so squeeze your booty. Let's go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Elbows to 45. Reach them directly out from your shoulders. Breathe in. 2 more. And done. Remember how I said in the beginning of the video, hydration is really important, so go ahead and grab a sip of water. Quality H2O. And then, you want to stretch. Remember I said flexibility added to every routine. So, we'll work those sides of those legs as your abductors as well as your glutes. So we're going to do a figure 4 stretch. So bring your ankle above your knee and then sit your weight back into your hips. You can hold on this leg for balance. And try to sit those hips back, right? Like you're doing a little single leg chair squat. And pressing above that knee on that thigh, that knee to the ground. And you'll feel that in your hip flexor, your hamstrings, and your glutes. It's a great stretch. You've been sitting a lot after your workout. Deep breath in through your nose. Out your mouth. 1 more. All right, let's switch sides. I'm gonna come over here. Again, your ankle right above that knee. Sit the hips and butt back and down. And try to press that knee to the ground by grabbing on above that thigh. So if you look at me from the side, sitting it back and down, not forward. You don't put that pressure into that knee. So keep it coming. Nice deep breaths. Relax your upper body. Hold on if you need to for balance. I recommend that. Now the hard work is done now. It's just the flexibility portion. Cool down. One more deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Good. So we did push-ups, and that was working the pecs mainly. So let's do a chest stretch. So thumbs in front, facing the ceiling, and then open up wide. Relax your shoulders down and look up. Try to reach those hands behind you. Nice deep breaths. Reach a little further back. One more chest stretch. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Reach down, looking up. Open that chest and shoulders up. And then just for abs, interlace your fingers, palms facing up. Reach up and then bend at the waist. Other side. Raise your obliques. And then just a little back bend. Hands down, just roll out your shoulders, and you guys are done. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.